feel like their composition feels a bit out of theme from what we've seen so far this series. They have abilities to start the fight, but picks like
doing with the composition. I don't like closer on Maokai, but it's a lot of tools to get things done. Top of the Rift, game number 3.
I think everyone knew you meant Lucid, but if you don't, I respect it. Don't like close on Maokai. I don't think
I do appreciate the clarification though, because that could have been extraordinarily confusing.
Yeah.
If closer was playing Maokai, that would be very strange.
It would be some good setup for the Lee Sin though, so there's that to take into account.
It could, like, if they were playing in Earth, could have been a thing. All right, Duro already starting things off. Doesn't have a lot of buttons.
That's a one trade.
Yeah, nailed it.
And then
we're going back, and it was pretty immediate as well. As Lucid going to come on over, start on the enemy Raptors.
They know, they can find him.
Yeah, Raptor going to move in, and Lucid going to realize that he's probably not going to be able to get too much done. Does get the babies, little popcorn chickens. But now going to go for a bit of a smite fight as the Zenith Blade goes wide. Dura's still just going to walk up and say, no, Lucid.
So far delivering.
Yep. Bottom lane, pretty even, as we can see. Closer actually canceling the back. Doesn't have level 6. We'll see whether he needs it. As the wallop, max range is going to connect the flash forward to get the cripple. Seismic shove doesn't land, but because he dodged it, he's dead.
A bit as soon as possible, makes a way. But now we see Lucid coming down.
He might actually put pressure on this, as perhaps it's a cast a curse, perhaps it's not. As he's going in, they're looking for Moham. Can Duro actually get it? He does! They go 1 for 1.
And because they had to deal with Duro, they're not able to chase down Henna. Henna ends up getting away on that play, doesn't even burn flash. He can do about these grubs. This could be very risky for BNK Fearx. Any mistake would set them back massively. Yeah,
this is a 3v3 for now, but you can see the rest of the cavalry coming in. That Zenith Blade was dangerous, but they're still looking for Lucid. He gets the shield, and the bullet time's gigantic! There goes everyone on the side of BNK, and Henna has to flash to get himself out of it. A disaster for BNK Fearx.
They opt in
have a lot of mobility.
Should be a pretty easy dive set up onto Kingen, honestly. Just have the ult.
Not a large amount of Narbar, but Kingen not quite able to get these barrels to work out. It's a disaster, in fact, as he's thrown onto the rocks, strewn onto the shore, and will be taken down. That is clear, locking up that kill as the arrow not going to connect onto Showmaker. Good angle on the Valkyrie, so holds onto his flash. BNK, they do get something on the top side, but the trade is a little bit imbalanced. As you can see, aiming gets through all of these plates. The Gold King is just tearing money from the Rift.
He is.
We love them for that. But it might not be the avenue to victory here, despite the fact that they do need to put on extra pressure based on the compositions that we do see. Maybe stuck in a bit of a tough position. 2,000 gold the lead for Dplus here as they're looking for Shelly.
There's a TP flank.
It's a long flank. Going to take a while to get this Talia in here, unless that Weaver's wall is going to be able to be a swift delivery. There's the wall down now as Clear, not with much of an armor, but he's building it. Moham trying to get out of there. Raptor doing his very best. Well, he connects onto aiming, and he's just executed. Moham not going to be able to do anything to save the rest of his teammates as Showmaker goes down as well. And Lucid just running for the hills. Closer comes on over, and that is just a wipe for BNK.
But so much is on him, and I think that makes the game plan so easy for BNK Fearx. If you kill aiming, you wipe so much gold from Dplus's total. And he is without some, so you know what they're going to do every single team fight.
That's what they're going to be looking for. And she is pretty painfully stationary a lot of the time, especially when you press R. So
yeah,
it is Baron now up and available. Been there for about 35 seconds. Red buff, the consideration now for Lucid. Wants to give that to everyone. Raptor connecting a Q to it, though. As a battle for the Brambleback is upon us. Showmaker Valkyries away from the seismic shove as the arrow's going to connect onto the tree. The chain CC is gigantic, but he's kicked away too early. He finds the shield, and now Duro is a little bit too far up. I believe red buff was secured there by BNK, so I guess they got what they were looking for. But a teleport going to need to be invested here as Clear comes down to deal with King.
They'll try and
stagger them, right?
Fight, yeah, because if you use them too close together, the shield is reduced by like 75%.
Right.
So not the greatest.
Well, got a Weaver's Wall coming down. They're looking for aiming, who's kind of trapped in this one, but the Nature's Grasp is going to be the response now. Showmaker, good position. He brings Duro with him, and they just execute the Leona. That was gorgeously played. And BNK now just without their support, a 4 versus 5, and Clear with a Narbar in decent position. Still just looking for an angle onto Showmaker. Can he be the hero? Gets the Valkyrie. That is about it. And he really wants to make use of this. Yeah, there it is. The cone. He's going to land it onto 3. And that is so much damage. Clear now so incredibly low. They do get the twisted advance out of Lucid. And B&K just, there's not enough left in the tank. It is going to be the Dragon going over to Dplus, and that is another soul point for them. Yeah, let's just turn our attention to this Purple Worm. Everyone knows exactly what's going on here. Flank angle, great Naba from Clear, but his health bar isn't entirely full. The teleport is coming on forward. He throws a house around. Good wallop timing, but Kingen, he's got oranges to eat and time to eat it as well. As the Baron going down lower and lower. Lucid looking for an angle to get himself in here. Can he actually lock this one down? The chain CC onto the Maokai is not the MF because she doesn't actually have the ultimate available. The Lee Sin is dead though. There are no smites left in this fight. And Closer is just going to get flashed on point blank from Showmaker. And he puts up the surprise Teemo. They're wondering what the heck that attempt was because DK just wiped them. Desperation. Arrow will connect. It's actually brought with Showmaker here as the seismic shove will be avoided. He does a lot of damage, but not enough, and will be taken out. There's the pick. Beautifully done from B&K, but is it going to be enough to actually win this one out as Raptor has his eyes on Moham, will connect the Q. That's not the target he was looking for. They're still corralling. Lucid going to take the next one. Raptor now a little bit further extended than he wants to be, but he'll put down a teleport ward here for Closer to make his way in. Make it rain comes down. Lucid trying to be that front line. Is Henna gonna get turned on? Death's Daughter just destroys him. There goes the Talia as well, and Duro. Oh my goodness, Clear gonna try and save it with a big ulti, but they've been overextended. They were looking for the angle, but the punishment, it doesn't work. Mini-Nard destroyed here by aiming, and Dplus, their backs were against the wall. Game 2, they were losing until they stole the game, and this time, they just outthought B&K, and they will walk through. They will win this epic series in 3 games.
10th series win this summer from Dplus, and they managed to clutch it out. A super back and forth series ends with a game where they really take control and finish it in less than 30 minutes. Huge performance to close this one out.
Really well. Even though his laning phase didn't go that well. Dplus, what a way to secure playoff position. And they were talking about the Ash Arrow aimings, just apologizing for not being able to dodge any of the Ash Arrows. Thanks for the carry and things like this. My goodness, what an incredible marathon of a series. One of my favorites of the year.